Hello and welcome to Art Song Notes. Today we're going to talk about arguably the most studied little Italian art song in the entire standard art song canon, and that is Caro mio, written by Tommaso Giordani. It was originally attributed to Giuseppe Giordani. However, more recent scholarly research has revealed it was more likely written by Tommaso Giordani, very possibly in 1783 and then first published in 1785. This piece can be found in a variety of vocal music anthologies, and it's also available free on the web. And you'll also hear that voice teachers either love this piece or can't stand this piece, most likely because it is studied and sung so often. Well, I am in the love it camp of this piece because there are so many wonderful things to learn about the voice through singing Caro mio. And we'll talk about some of those things a little bit later on in this video. So today what I'm going to do is take you through the pronunciation of the Italian text. We're going to talk about an English translation of this text and then what it can mean to you as the singer. We're also going to take a look at the compositional structure of the piece, and then I'll give you some vocal technique tips to help you along your way in your practicing. The pronunciation of the Italian text of Caro mio is as follows. Caro mio ben, credimi almen, senza di te languisce il cor. Il tuo fedel sospiro ognor, cessa crudel tanto rigor. So an idiomatic English translation of the Italian, as I said, into English, as found in the 26 Italian Songs and Arias book, edited by Glenn Paton, is as follows. My dear beloved, believe me at least, without you my heart languishes. Your faithful one always sighs. Cruel one, cease so much punishment. So let's talk about what this means to you, the singer, in today's world. Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever been so enamored with someone that all you can do is think about them and that being away from them almost physically hurts? This could be someone who does return your affection, but that person actually has to be away from you for some reason. Or it could be even worse. It could be a case of unrequited love. Either way, in this piece, you are conveying to this person that you will remain faithful to them, that your heart actually hurts when they are not with you, and you are asking this person to no longer stay away from you because it hurts you so deeply. So now let's take a look at the compositional structure of Caro mio ben. Caro mio is in a major key, most oftenly sung in E flat major or C major. The tempo is slow and rather regal, and I would argue Caro mio has almost a hymn-like quality to it because of the chordal nature of the piano accompaniment. The song is in an A prime form. So we have this opening section, the A section, that is tender and intimate, followed by this middle B section that has a little more sense of urgency to it. And then it ends with an A prime section where we get a lot of the melodic phrases from the A section coming back with just a few differences at the very end of the song. So as I mentioned, that A section has this tender and intimate feel. It is full of descending melodic lines that are ideal for a beginning voice student as the student is learning how to approach the head register and bring it down into the voice down into the mixed register. I also think that these descending lines in the A section could represent the heaviness of heart that the singer feels, or even maybe the downward streaming of tears on the singer's face. When we get to the B section, as I said, that has a little more sense of urgency to it because there are these short, gradually ascending melodic lines. The singer now is asking the lover to cease so much cruel punishment. And so because of this, I think that the tempo should be a little faster than the A section. And then we see this urgency punctuated at the very end of the B section on the word tanto rigor when we hear it set to this wonderfully luscious downward diminished fifth interval. Take your time when you sing this right here. This then leads us back into the A prime section of Caro mio ben. We again get those opening descending melodic lines that we had at the beginning of the song, but here I would recommend adding some ornaments to just make it sound a little bit different. And if you don't know how to do this, you can talk with a voice teacher to help you figure out what you should do, or you could refer to the Paton edition of this song, as there are some fantastic ornaments written in that music. The song then concludes with this really beautiful high note on the word te, meaning you. The piano accompaniment drops out here, and the singer is encouraged to just love singing that high climactic note. So please do not rush through that moment. So now we're going to take a look at some vocal technique tips that I would recommend that you use as you are studying Caro mio ben. Here's vocal tip number 1. In the A section, when you are singing those descending melodic lines, make sure to keep your soft palate lifted all the way through to the end of each one of these phrases. It can sometimes be tempting to let the soft palate fall as you are singing descending pitches, but that is going to cause intonation problems. Likewise, make sure you keep the breath moving all the way through to the end of each one of the phrases that you are singing. Again, so we don't run into intonation problems. Tip number 2 is in the B section. When you are singing those gradually ascending melodic lines, make sure that you keep that soft palate lifted as you ascend each one of these notes, and don't get scared when you're singing those high notes. I know sometimes when we get scared with singing high notes, we want to close down the mouth and we want to let that soft palate fall, but resist that temptation. Vocal tip number 3. This has to do with the Italian language itself. Remember that Italian is a very legato language, a vowel-oriented language. So you want to make sure you sing through all of your vowels and not close off to consonant sounds prematurely. That is unless you have a double consonant. Tip number 4 has to do with the letter T. And that is, remember in Italian, all T's are dental and not aspirated as how we speak them or sing them in English. So we're not going to sing te or tanto, but rather te or tanto. Vocal tip number 5 has to do also with Italian language, and that has to do with diphthongs, or rather the lack of them at the ends of words. If you have a word that ends with just one vowel sound, such as the word te or caro, make sure that you're not adding an additional vowel sound that should not be there. So we don't want to hear caro, but we want to hear caro, or we don't want to hear te, but rather te. Now, how to sing a proper Italian vowel that does not have a diphthong is to release off of the sound that you are creating without moving your lips or your tongue. So we have te or caro. All right, and then finally, my last tip is to think about the difference of meanings between the A section and the B section. Remember, in the A section, you are singing about your languishing heart. And in the B section, you are pleading with your beloved to cease such cruel treatment of you by staying away. Thank you so much for joining me in Art Song Notes today. I hope that this video helped you learn more about this wonderful art song. Please feel free to check out some of the other videos here on this channel, and of course, subscribe to this channel. And until next time, happy singing.